What's going on? It's your dog Artman Boxing, and I'm back with another boxing conversation. Um, man, it's Monday night. I don't usually do it this late, but I said fuck it. I'm gonna just hop on here and talk my shit for the time being. I ain't gonna be on here too long, but I just gotta get a couple words off my chest, man, about last Saturday's fight. I know it's Devin Haney and Javante Davis fight week. But like we really gotta unpack what exactly transpired on Saturday. Ooh, and shout out to Artman Apparel. I just received my deposit from artmanapparel.com. Let me see. Yeah. Shout out to artmanapparel.com. Ooh. Ooh, it's another white champion in the sport. You know what? I was actually man. I was rooting for Kambosos, dude. I knew he was gonna win that shit, and people were telling me, "Oh, Art man, you're just going for the underdog." You notice that it wasn't no race talk with that. It wasn't no nationality talk that you guys claim that I do. It was just me, just picking who I thought was gonna win, and guess what? I got it right. And my thing is, it's like, dude, how's everybody gonna sit here and say, "Oh, Art Man doesn't know what he's talking about"? But I pinpoint exactly. I wasn't just like, "Oh, guessing," like, "Oh yeah, I think Campos is gonna win because I just hate Teofimo Lopez." Nah, I sat there and evaluated the styles, man, and I said, styles make fights, and this young Aussie, he has what it takes to dethrone the young Teofimo Lopez. I didn't know Teofimo Lopez only had like 17 fights. He was too green. He was too inexperienced. He doesn't have a extensive amateur background. I think he was too green. What had me rolling yesterday is when my guy Midwest Boxing, he said Tio isn't ready to be in the ring with a guy like George Kambosos. That shit had me rolling because let the fans tell it, let the world tell it. George Kambosos didn't deserve to be in the ring with Teofimo Lopez, but here we are. Here the fuck we are. And fights like this, it just proves my narrative right that styles make fights, and being a popular fighter with a good resume doesn't ultimately says that you're the winner and you're gonna win no matter what. Gotta understand the skills that other people possess, man. You gotta understand when somebody's hungry and they really want that shit, man. You're looking at a different animal, man. And that boy George Kambosos, he was ready. He said he sparred 250 rounds with Manny Pacquiao. A prime Manny Pacquiao at that. He sparred 250 rounds with Manny Pacquiao. Gave that man some work. But Tio Lopez, to his credit, he could have got George out of there in the sixth round, but he hesitated. I don't know if it was the asthma. I don't know if it was the weight cut, but he could have got George out of there in that 10th round. I seen it. I was like, yo. I said, I feel for Tio. His wife only wanted him for 18 years for child support. I heard, hey, man. Hey, Mr. Alberto, man. Speak on that real quick in the comment section, man. I've been seeing some things about Teofimo Lopez saying he got to get a divorce now and shit like that. What's going on with that? Is that true? That's fucked up if that's true. He said, bro, Tio's wife dumped him days before the baby was born and filed for divorce. Oh, Lord. What? You're lying. What? Oh, man. Please tell me that shit is not true, bro. Please tell me you're not. Please tell me you're fucking joking, bro. So all shit. Our resident KKK Klansman beat me here. Ah shit. The Grand Wizard L Dog. Man, please tell me it ain't so that Teofimo Lopez wife did him like that, bro. Because if that's so bad, I hate to kick a man while he's down, but that shit's fucked up. But what's going on, brother D Hive?
Hey, what's going on? I heard she's for the streets. That's allegedly the story that's out. I don't know how true that is because I don't really care about Tiafimo's personal life, but I heard she was for the streets. So that's why I heard that she got busted, doing something, busting down, and then that's when it all kicked off. That's just what I heard. I don't know. I can't confirm or deny.
And his mama tried to tell his ass. That's what I thought. That's what I'm thinking. Because his mom's. Remember that whole story about how why he had troubles in the Nakatani fight.
Nah, man. Like I said, like when Tiafimo's fight, like when Tiafimo's not fighting, I don't pay attention to him. I can't.
So what they
He's
said
irritating.
what they said in the Nakatani that fight was that the reason why he had troubles in that fight is because um he was having troubles with his family life or whatever, and his mom's that was pissed off that he married an older chick.
Oh damn.
Yeah, so the chick older than him,
Fuck.
and she on that grimy shit.
Yeah, I mean that be happening, especially because like when you men gotta understand that when you're younger, you men age like wine a lot of the time, both socially and economically and physically actually, because he's in top shape. He's in a sport where he's athletic. He's making a lot of money. He's only gonna get better with age. At 30, she's already pretty much at the end of her rope for selection. So she lucked up getting a young, hot professional athlete right now. He just got
Married
his
that
first
nigga while he was prospect of the year. Oh, she cold.
and he just got his first big bag and they're still legally married. He about to lose his ass, bro. Not to mention, do you know how hard he's gonna have to fight to get another marquee fight? People talking about what he gonna do next, bro. He can barely hang at 135. He gonna get fucking mopped at 140. So it's like, who you gonna fight now? Ryan Garcia? His biggest opponent is crippling anxiety. Like, nah, man. Like it's just,
So
whew.
she on that Brittany Renner ish. Woo!
I hope Shakur Stevenson don't get done the same way by whoever this chick is. He just got pregnant.
Why they keep on trying to put Wilder and Cambosos meet Wilder and motherfucking Teofimo Lopez in the same boat? Chill.
Well, I think the only thing is that people are just trying to make sure that Teofimo gets the similar criticism that Wilder got. And it's funny. It's just funny to me because people are actually being a little bit more sympathetic as I expected, and I'm just like, nah, man. Wilder lost to someone who's considered the best heavyweight in the world at the time. Teofimo, this was supposed to be a break from hard competition, and he got his shit wrecked. Like people were literally, I was funny. I was on someone else's podcast, and they were literally talking like Cambosos was supposed to be a break from tough competition. That's just ironic as fuck. Oh Lord. And the one thing I did notice about Teofimo though is that he did like what I expected was he did carry his power late because I called either a decision or a late stoppage by Teofimo, and he almost had George out of there, bro. It was ooh man. Teofimo was just worried about the eating that right hand again because he knew he couldn't handle it, so he got nervous on finishing him. But I was like, oh shit, George is about to be up out of here. I thought it was over for George.
Yo, nigga, it Teofimo might be out of here. Look at what I'm reading this article, right? And this is what they say. He described the term in his personal life, a split from his wife while his first child was days old, a
Yee.
dwindling fortune, claiming the month prior that he only had $20,000 in his account prior to the sponsorship dollars. coming in for the kambosos fight, which he claimed he manifested. But Lopez had last year made a reported 1.5 million in one night. But that's so he made 1.5 last October.
Right.
Prior to the kambosos fight, he only had $20,000. Woo,
Because
man, what did he buy? I remember watching one of his blood, sweat, and tears episode with the Lomachenko, and motherfucker had his whole Honduras family up in that motherfucking crib. Man, shit.
this is exactly why Tank don't want to hold down a division with belts, because you got to pay all four sanctioning bodies. You got to pay your management. You got to pay Top Rank their bread off the top, no matter where you fight, and he got to pay his damn daddy plus camp plus sparring partners. Like, people don't understand. Like, holding these belts is expensive. Why do you think people just become undisputed and then vacate and then just move up? Like, Canelo is one of the only people in the game that could afford to hold down some belts for fucking years on end, because he's already got hundreds of millions. But people, when you only had a few marquee fights, like, it's not.
When you got 1.5 million, you take that the taxes off. So you saying you got about 900,000, and you got to break that down, and you got bills, you got houses, and oh Lord, nigga.
And then you got kids, and then you got family members that don't have any money, and now
You
you got a
talking about she
divorce.
just left you out? A kid is a day old, man. Let me find, bro. Nigga, what,
I don't
man?
even know what she looks like, to be honest.
I seen her. She ain't all that to be stressing over.
Oh, this Cynthia Lopez person, I'm googling right now. I'm trying to see what she looked like. Oh my
So,
God, what? What? This is literally every chick that went to my high school. What the fuck? Oh my
but
goodness.
but you know what? Even though a lot of stuff like this is going hard in his life, it's not over. He's still in a predicament where he could change all of this. So what he needs to do is shut the fuck up, find him a new trainer, and really lock in. And you start your way up. Go back up and do your way up, man. Fuck it. Go to 140.
People are talking about him fighting Lomachenko next, and I'm like, bro, that's not going to happen. And Haney and Cambosos ain't gonna happen next either.
What
After
what he need
Diaz,
to do is talk to Bob and say, "Hey, Bob, can you at least give me like four good, reasonable opponent fights so I can at least stack my paper up a little bit." You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't mind. Fuck it, I'll fight 100,000 for a fight again. Let me just stack my paper up, and then I can, when I build my confidence to get back up, then maybe you could put me in there again with another champion.
Teofimo gonna need to go back to Triller and try to get some random fights over there, because Bob gonna be shelving that ass for at least.
Yeah.
He gonna be on the bench all of 2022. I'm gonna tell you that right now. He gonna be on the bench after all the shitty talk. You better go back to Triller and hope they can break you off somebody, some MMA fighter, some celebrity or some shit. Because you gonna be on the bench after all that shit you talk.
Man, oh man, I don't even know what to say. I really don't know, man, because fuck Teofimo Lopez, to be honest. But it's like, bro, there's so many things you could have done to put you in a position where it's not like this, man. If you and your pops wasn't running y'all fucking mouths, maybe y'all be getting respect, and maybe fans will want to see you in the next tough matchup. Now, if your own fans are saying, "Nigga, it might be the end of the road for you," because we can't. If you can't hang with George Kambosos, you definitely can't hang with the rest of the dudes.
The irony is, you did all this bullshit and then circle jerking just to go right where you needed to be, which was the zone. I'm like, bro, this no, it's not gonna happen next, and I got multiple reasons why. First off, being that Lomachenko is the number one for the WBO. Bob Arum is going to take every opportunity to get them belts back, and he's going to petition that shit immediately. He's not going to let Devin Haney get to the belts, because that will put him in the exact situation that he didn't want, which is Lomachenko versus Haney. So no, it's not going to happen next. Not to mention Lou DiBella is already acting like a bitch on Twitter, so I just don't smell it
I
coming.
see it. I seen
Yeah,
Ludabella, and he's following me on Twitter. I might send that nigga a personal message like, "Hey, bro, the fuck you on, nigga? I see that shit you talking about. That shit sounding like Matter of fact, let me go read that shit word for word because
Yeah,
that shit looking real
the
funny style.
the moment anyone says Cambosos can do whatever he wants, that means Haney's not next. That's all that means to me. Whenever he says, "Oh, Cambosos can do whatever he wants because he holds all the cards," that means he's not going to fight Devin Haney next. He's going to try to get two more big paydays and hope Devin Haney fucking lose to somebody so he doesn't have to deal with him at all before he fights him next. It's not going to be next, bro. Fucking Bob Arum going to try to get Lomachenko back in there to try to get some belts off him so he can stay away from Haney forever like he's been doing, and then force Haney to go up to 140 to get actual smoke because it's not going to happen. So yeah, that's a nice dream, but that would make too much sense in boxing. That's why I know it's not gonna happen. Just like I knew AJ versus Wilder was never gonna happen. Just like I suspected White versus Fury ain't gonna happen. Like none of the good fights that we want in boxing are going to happen anymore.
This is what Ludabella said. For what matter of fact, this is what he retweeted. It's an article in a circle. The paragraph it says, "Division has a new king. Suddenly, it's Cambosa staring down a shot at Haney, who will defend his title Saturday. It's Cambosis in the mix for fights against Javante and Ryan Garcia." And then Ludabella says, "Nice article, Chris Mannix, but it's not George Cambosis staring down a shot at Haney. It's Devin staring down or hoping for a shot at George Cambosis. George beat the man who beat the man at lightweight and holds the belts and the cards." Yeah,
Yep.
you when you hear that type of talk, you already know, man. You when you hear that type of talk, dude, it's like what? Like
And you know what's funny? They all got on Teofimo's ass for talking like this, and now they're talking like this about fucking Cambosos, and it's like the cycle just continues. Don't nobody want to take an L from Devin Haney? Don't nobody want to take an L from Devin Haney? He makes the most money at lightweight outside of Tank, and don't nobody want to fight this man because they feel it's a guaranteed L. That's ridiculous. This is what boxing has come to. Lou
and then
DiBella, he's already getting the bullshit out there. He's already getting
and
it
then
ready.
it's like this, bro. This is not something that like they're doing by accident or anything like that. These guys been in this sport longer than we've been alive. So they know the potential outcome if they put a certain type of fighter in with a dominant, young, athletic American fighter.
Hmm.
They've seen it before. They've seen this before. So like, nah, they're in the generation of let's milk the cow. Let's milk the cow until the fucking milk's gone fucking bad.
And then what they're
Seriously.
going, and then what they're gonna do is they're gonna put Lomachenko in there. Tiafimo's got the perfect "it's my mandatory" excuse, as opposed to pushing to put that shit off to unify. They're probably gonna get like a 2 fight deal out of that. Depending on where Lomachenko's at, depending on how he does with Comey, they
So
probably
he's
get a
saying
two.
that Lomachenko is gonna beat Comey and then they're gonna make a fucking Loma versus George Cambosis.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Bob is not gonna risk those belts getting out of top rank hands, especially while Lomachenko's a WBO, and that's Bob's
Meanwhile,
organization.
we got Eddie Hearn. He's like, dude, I'm trying to make this fight with Haney and George Cambosis. Like, and my thing is like, they don't even give a fuck about them belts like they claim. They don't care. They don't want no fucking undisputed match because every promoter will be talking about it right now. Let's make George Cambosis versus Devin Haney.
Bruh, Eddie Hearn is a moron. When is the last time he's made a fight that we wanted to fucking see?
And look, here comes L Dog. Didn't a young, athletic American fighter just lose? I meant FBA fighter, L Dog.
Dude, this dude
I
is
mean
one of
an
those people.
FBA fighter, L Dog.
This dude is one of those people that after 2 L's think Lomachenko's still untouchable. Lomachenko ducked Haney's ass too. He's right. He's right in that lot.
Lomachenko better not get stopped by Comey on some shit. That'd be funny. He said, ha ha ha, just say black fighter. No, I'm going to say FBA fighter.
Well, no, because not all black fighters are created equal. So there's a
Yeah, that's
different
true, though.
set of
He says,
circumstances.
why are you saying Bob has no foot in this race? Bob, he
That,
does because his fighter Lomachenko is the mandatory to one of what's his name belts.
Bob Arum has the most political power in boxing outside of Canelo Alvarez. He has a foot in every race as long as his people are in line for title contention. He's not gonna let those belts get away from Top Rank if he can fucking help it. And why do you think he does everything he does by the WBO? Come on.
Hey, L Dog is fucking hilarious. This guy says Pan Africa is better than NBA. I'm not even gonna entertain that shit.
Yeah,
But
that's because he knows he can get those folks to repeat after him
I
for
know, I
for
know,
acceptance.
I know. Trust me, I know it's tight. So I agree. Kambosos is not the big headed type. He want man. It's not. But it gets to a point where it's not even about the fighter because a fighter can be like, hell yeah, I want that. I want that undisputed. Hell yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, I'm on Twitter talking about it. All that shit. And then the next couple of days, the manager pulls him to the side like, hey, let me holler at you real quick. Let me sit you down real quick. So we got a 3 year plan. You know what I'm saying? They hit you with it. We got a 3 year plan for you. You're gonna defend the mandatory in fucking Australia. Then after that, you're gonna go on a press tour, and then you're gonna defend another mandatory, and then you're gonna defend the mandatory. Then you're possibly gonna go up and weight. Then you can be like, wait. When do I fight Devin Haney? Um, well, that's not in our best interest. I think to maximize profit, I think we should all, work on this together, Cambosis,
Well,
think about it.
Not even Lou DiBella has any actual power. It's between Bob and the WBO. Once Lomachenko gets mandated, that's it. That's a wrap. It's either fight or you get stripped.
He said Cambosis struggles with movers. Selby was outboxing Haney is a bad style for him. You think Ludabella and them don't know that? The
Yeah,
guys who've been watching boxing for fucking 30, 40 years,
Haney is
they
a
know.
Haney is a bad style matchup for everybody in boxing, and they
That
know it. He's bad for any style. He's bad for everybody.
it don't matter if you're strong and all that shit. This guy Devin Haney has something in boxing that a lot of people lack, and it's the boxing IQ. And he has the athletic abilities to put it together. To have that dude, to have the brain and the body to do it, a lot of these dudes will kill for that.
Yeah,
You know what I'm talking about, L dog.
yeah, and and honestly, and honestly, it's kind of like Lomachenko. Lomachenko is a bad style matchup for a lot of people, but unfortunately, we have tape on him to where he can get, he can be beat. That we don't have the same tape for Haney. Has to get past Comey. He's looking. Wait, what excuses he's trying to cook up for fucking Lomachenko struggling? He's looking
All right,
old in
saying
the
Loma
face.
getting old.
Oh hell
Comey
no!
old too.
But
Shit.
the, but
Don't let
how
that young don't let that young built look Comey old as shit too.
how is Lomachenko getting old, but people still talking about Triple G versus Canelo 3 and Better Biev and all those old ass people? Man, fuck out of here. Lomachenko's what 33?
Man,
How old is
Lomachenko getting old because it's no, you know what it is? The
Lomachenko
hype for
30?
him got old. So
The
he
hype
getting old.
the hype for him was never there. Like I've been people called me an idiot when I said that Lomachenko and Teofimo are top rank experiments. And then look, fast forward 2 years, here we are. Both of them fucking wiped should be wiped off the P for P list. But Lomachenko
Them
magically,
niggas fought in the damn bubble. Let
shit,
that
man.
sink in. They fought
Even
in the bubble.
even Bob knows they're not gonna sell like that. Even Bob knows.
We talking about this rematch and shit, nigga. Did this rematch even sell?
Lomachenko has no interest in Lopez. I guarantee it. People talking about Teofimo needs to fight Lomachenko. His own Lopez's only value was the belts. He's not
Was the
some big ass
belts?
name. Yeah, he's worthless. It's the same as Lomachenko. Lomachenko's only value was the fucking belts. Now that he's beltless, who cares? Who fucking cares?
Bro, I think this Teofimo Lopez situation should be a lesson to all boxers coming up in the game.
The price of ducking.
The price of ducking, because he could have fought Devin Haney and got a high payday, and it could have been for undisputed, and possibly he could have got his ass kicked just like that, just like how he got his ass kicked. He could have got whooped like that, probably even worse. But you know what? We wouldn't be fucking bark. Yeah, we'll be barking at him, but we wouldn't be like put him in a position where he needs to delete his Twitter,
Right.
especially if he puts up a good fight. But instead, you lose to a 13-1 underdog, bro, on your first title defense.
Somebody nobody was talking about 8 months ago.
No, I literally learned about George Kambosos once y'all signed a contract to fight.
I knew about Cambosos, but I didn't think he was going to do what he did. Like, for example, what L Dog was saying, I thought he lost to Lee Selby, and I still think he lost. I watched the fight 2 times, and Cambosos did not beat Lee Selby.
Bro, I'm telling you, look, I seen it. I seen it, bro. It wasn't just like, oh, George Kambosos is some superior boxer or nothing like that. Because if they probably fought again, he'll probably lose. My thing is, I seen certain things that Teofimo lacked that I knew George Kambosos packed. Like for an example, I used to show you guys the clips and say, dude, look at the speed. Look at the speed. This guy is accurate. Look at the speed and the accuracy. Teofimo Lopez keeps his hands down. Walks, you try to keep his hands down on some weird Philly shell bullshit. That first knockdown, it wasn't surprising to me because I could see that shit coming. Because I seen him hit the mitts just like that. Fast.
Yeah.
Fast right hand. Put him
That
right on his
overhand,
ass.
that overhand right was incredibly rehearsed. It looked like a routine. It was so natural the way he fired it off. He was just like, ah,
Dude, I'm
it's
telling
two
you,
piece.
I'm watching the pad work. He's everything he was doing in that fight, I seen him do it on the pads. The left hook, the left hook to the stomach up top. And then you notice that every time he'll do it, he'll even if Lopez didn't even throw a punch in reaction up top, he'll throw his combination and dip low because he practiced that shit several times in the
Yeah.
drills.
And he pivots when he's fighting in reverse. When
And
he's going
yep,
backwards,
and he was fighting on the back foot
yeah, when he's fighting on the
beautifully.
back foot, he knows how to pivot and get out of there.
Know how to get out. But you know what? That 10th round, it could have been lights out for his ass. That's something what he had that got him out that 10th round is something that can't be taught. And that's that fucking heart.
But
Because it could,
Tiafimo,
man, I ain't gonna lie. Lopez, them shots look like it was heavy. He hit him with two punches that put him on his ass. And he landed on his knee. I was like, oh shit. That's when you're like, oh, he fucked up his knee.
yeah. Well, Tiafimo, like I said, he had PTSD from actually tasting George Cambosos' power because he realized that when he came in, he got hit with some shit and then doubled him over. And especially because of all the blood that was pouring out of his face and his left eye, he didn't want to take a chance getting caught again because with the amount of blood he lost, he didn't think he would get up. That's why he just kept pacing and walking and jabbing to make sure that he himself could leave the damn round. Because if he knew if he rushed in on Cambosos, Cambosos just gonna start swinging. Cambosos like fuck it. If you come after me, I'm gonna just start going.
Tio, he must have been looking at my tweet or something. Because I said if he don't get George Kambosos out of there in the first 5 rounds, it's over. Because look how he started off the fight. He went off just trying to knock him the fuck out. And I
Bum
said
rush.
the reason why he's trying to knock him the fuck out because he know after a certain rounds he can't keep this up. The guy was up at 1 a.m. jump roping, trying to make 135. And I'm gonna keep it 100 with you guys. I hate to be the guy with the tinfoil kufi on, but that whole weigh-in just seems fishy to me. You're telling me he was 135 even, not 135 point anything or 134 point anything. He was 135 even. Come on now, the fuck out of here. I don't believe it, bro. I
Punches
feel
on the
like it
arm
was more to it, but hey, it is what it is, man.
is what
Um,
L Dog
if it wasn't proven, then yeah, I guess you just can't say it, huh? But go
is
ahead.
what is what L Dog saying accurate? Because if that's true, if the WBC really changed the scoring, that's to make sure that all of Canelo's fights don't look like straight up robberies anymore. Because that's all Canelo was hitting with plant. It was fucking belt, arms, elbows, and shoulders. So apparently he's like punches are now counted if they hit nothing. He said they changed the scoring criteria. Punches on the arm now count according to the WBC. Wow, wow, yeah, that's if that's true, that's horrible. People need to stop fighting for
You're
the
not a
WBC, bro.
racist. He said, I'm not a racist. You're a racist. You're a racist. Nigga, fuck you.
That's crazy. So basically, they're literally no longer. They're just. It's gonna. It's not that it's about disadvantaging black fighters. It's disadvantaging pure boxers because Cubans are gonna get screwed over. Talented Mexican boxers are gonna get screwed over. Eastern European pure boxers are gonna get screwed over. Like Lomachenko's gonna get screwed over from that too. So it's not just about black fighters. It's about pure boxers. It's gonna favor the fucking swarmers and sluggers who just go in punching shit. If that's true, wow, that's fucking pathetic, man. That's terrible for boxing. So I get credit for hitting you on the elbow, like, bro.
The WBC is like the Democrats. I tell people all the time because when it comes to helping minorities, it's only certain minorities get tangibles. And the black people or the black fighters, they don't get nothing, but they get all the symbolism in the world.
I understand what they're trying to do, but I just don't like it when they try to insinuate. One, they try to insinuate that their fighters are the best when they have to get all this help, and number two, they constantly shit on Tank for his competition. Ain't y'all the best? So Tank fighting the best, ain't he? He fighting the best Hispanic fighters available. So what the fuck?
Remember that there was some post and somebody said, why is somebody ducking the best Mexican fighter? And we're like, wait, who's the Mexican champion in that division? I think it was the welterweight division. I forgot, but you were debating with them on Twitter. But we just constantly going back and
Oh,
forth
was
with
it
them.
was it somebody trying to say that somebody was ducking Virgil Ortiz Jr. or some goofy shit?
I think they said Bo was ducking Ortiz Jr.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, that's fantastic. You can say all that, but Virgil Ortiz Jr. is still the number one for the WBO to this day, and he let Sean Porter have his fight. He didn't petition his Mando status for a fucking reason, because he would get his ass beat. Virgil Ortiz Jr. is a solid fighter. I even said that he's Juan Manuel Marquez and a mixture of Provodnikov 2.0 without any of his flaws. But one issue he does have is no fucking head movement, and his
My
combos
thing is,
are predictable.
I just don't understand how these guys can be the mandatory and not want to take the assignment of fighting the champion to become the champion. Isn't that the point of being in this game that you call boxing? I don't understand it.
Again, they just want to pick and choose and politic, and then they want to make sure their people get in line to belts, and then play keep away for the rest of their fucking careers. And this shit's annoying. This shit's annoying because and keep in mind, it's not only black fighters being avoided. It's a lot of Cubans, and it's a lot of some Eastern European fighters that are dangerous too. But the only difference is the Eastern European fighters get quote unquote fast track to title shots because of their fucking amateur careers, while black fighters got to keep fighting every damn body. It's aggravating. Like look at fucking MJ Akhmadaliev and all these people. I'm tired of people getting hyped up behind the amateur careers. Lomachenko is living proof that your amateur career doesn't mean shit. He won 2 gold medals because he was in the Olympics, so fucking like 20, 23, 25-year-old beating up children.
Imagine fucking Zion Williams being called the fucking best basketball player in the league because he did so well in college.
Exactly,
That would
bro.
be like the craziest shit in the world.
Because
Like
the
what?
thing is, when you go to the Olympics one time and win a gold medal, the probability of you winning another one increases because you're already hitting your man strength fighting fucking kids. When the fuck did Lomachenko even get out of the amateurs? When he was 25, 26? That means he was like already getting his man strength fighting fucking 16, 17-year olds.
And then goes to the pros and get whooped on in his second pro fight.
Old ass, dusty
But
ass
then, but
Toledo,
then,
the
L
cat guard.
Dog about to go nuts when we talk about this. And then people really got upset when I said the Can Man AB could whoop fucking Lomachenko at 135 because, dude, look at it. When AB was at 135, the guy was so good. They were saying, man, you should go to 140. You should go to 140. Nah, fuck that. You should go to 147. With Lomachenko, they're saying, oh, maybe 135 is not good enough for you. You should go to 126. Go back down. Probably
Yeah.
go down to 118 if you could.
And you know what? And you know what? They trying to do the same thing to Shakur Stevenson right now, and I'm glad he's not taking that bait. They want to push him to 135 and 140. Oh, you should be fighting Josh Taylor, or you should be fighting Boots Ennis. Or you no, no. Stop trying to bail out
Dude, this is
Valdez.
because they subconsciously and indirectly tell us how good and how much or how high they rate our fighters, bro. They want our fighters to go up in weight to do something that's considered abnormal, but let your fighters cruise and stay at whatever weight class or weight, become a quote unquote weight bully.
Yeah,
It's just crazy. It's like you want Shakur Stevenson and Javante Davis to go up to 140, 147, but you want the gold medalist Lomachenko to go back down in weight,
yeah,
but then
and
turn
you,
around and say he's the best. He's pound for pound. What do you mean pound for pound? Pound for pound is somebody that can dominate and be the number one in each weight class they go up to.
yeah, Lomachenko stopped dominating as soon as he got to 135, and he fought Salido at 130, didn't
I don't know where he fought that nigga. I just know he lost, and they
he?
talk
Yeah.
about some damn. Them, dude, do you see how many low blows? Did you see how many low blows he threw, man? How come he didn't rematch it? He priced himself out, dude. Yeah,
Oh my God, to
I
price himself out, just like Deverenchenko priced himself out,
himself out of Canelo. Yeah,
even though the shit was supposed to go to purse bid. Right, right, okay, all right.
nigga didn't even try to fight to get that damn belt back.
Oh wait, no,
He didn't give a fuck about that IBF belt. He said,
he
"What?
he fought he fought
Derbychenko,
he
Derby and
fought
who?"
Salido at 126. But yeah, no, he came into the pro struggling, and and yeah, he went to 135 and struggled again. And yeah, exactly. They want the black murderers, bro. But
Yeah,
back,
but if
but what
if
you were
black
saying,
fighters is also if black fighters said, you know what, we ain't fighting no more black fighters. We ain't fighting, nigga. If you from the hood like me, we ain't fighting.
I really do think that black fighters, because of all the politics that are happening, they should save each other for last. They should try to remove everybody from the division like they did at 147, and then save each other for last.
But with Charlo and Andre, that's a tough situation, bro, because it's like my guy, like you can see that Triple G and Canelo are unavailable, and these other guys don't want to fight you, and y'all both holding belts, so one of y'all gonna have to bust a move.
Andrade and Charlo need to just forget about Canelo. Even if they manage to get the fight, A, they wouldn't get the money that they want, and B, it's unless they can put Canelo to sleep, it's clear they're not going to win. So they might as well just throw that shit out the window. And Triple G and Murata might not happen considering the COVID situation, so they might actually have some
Yeah,
hope there. But yeah, no. They both need to stop bitching about Canelo and get some tough Mandos. Like try to get Munguia to fight one of y'all. Munguia the Mando for everybody and ain't fighting shit. He's still talking about he need another eliminator. Get Munguia punk ass in there.
Mungia's power is overrated too
Yeah, Munguia couldn't stop Duke
because
against top four counts.
he throw he'll throw all the combinations in a book and couldn't even drop Rosado.
Nope, nope.
Didn't even have him like at least when Charlo was fighting Montiel, Montiel was looking like he was drunk. And I know they're gonna say, "Oh well, he knocked out Mungia. Oh, Mungia knocked him out." No, that was in a different weight class. We're talking about middleweight.
Yeah, and keep in mind this was people forget that knockout of the year that y'all all sucking Gabe Rosado's dick over. That happened at 168. He came back down to 160. So basically, Munguia fucking struggled against the weight drained Rosado with 13 fucking losses.
That's
And,
what I
and
was, bro. That's what I was wondering. I was like, bro, what weight class is this fight at?
yeah, and it's funny because I think Munguia would actually be more successful at 168, but he too pussy to go up. He don't want to go up. He don't want to go up and wait and do all that. And people keep saying that Munguia beats Charlo simply because of Montiel. But then these same assholes will say, "Oh, Andy Ruiz could fucking stop Wilder," despite Ruiz struggling with Wilder's leftovers. Like, bro, y'all be saying triangle theories don't work, but then all y'all do is use fucking triangle theories. It's like, cut the bullshit out. Cut the fucking bullshit out.
every time.
Yeah, like none of what y'all talking about makes any goddamn sense. But yeah, no, people like, oh, fucking Andre Charlo scared of Munguia. I'm like, bro, Munguia is the Mando for everybody. He should have been fought them dudes. But he not doing it because the shit wouldn't go the way he think he's gonna go. This man is 38 and 0 fighting absolutely nobody. And everybody, all the same people who claim to know boxing on Twitter were sucking his dick off because he got a notable win over a dude with 13 losses. And keep in mind, the Gabe Rosado's best win came over a prospect with 6 fights. The kid had worse boxing skills than fucking Wilder. Fucking Beck the bully. Like, dog. Like, these people. I just can't with these people, man. Like this just the way they assign respect, it doesn't make any sense. Like you want Charlo to go up and wait and fight somebody with no belts, but then you're sucking off Canelo and defending his duckery because he's fighting belt holders. But then you're giving Munguia a pass for not fighting champions his own damn self. Like, bro, just like none of this shit is consistent. None of this shit
None
is
of it's
consistent.
consistent because I said today, I posted on Twitter, I said, now, let's say JoJo fights Devin Haney and he beats Devin Haney. Will he be winning the email champion belt or will he be winning the WBC belt? Or does that belt just magically just turn into a regular WBC belt? I don't know. What
Yeah.
happens then?
Yeah, no, it's different for JoJo because he actually had to fight someone, and everyone, and it's funny. And you know what else is hilarious? People say that Haney is pillow fisted and JoJo is a power puncher. JoJo and Devin Haney have the same number of fucking knockouts. They have the same exact number of fucking knockouts. And JoJo Diaz came from a lighter weight class and had more fights, which means that Haney's knockout percentage is higher. So, like, what the fuck do y'all even be talking about when y'all be talking?
And they said Haney has the weak chin, but Teo's the one who's been dropped.
Literally,
Loma's the one that's been dropped. Ryan Garcia's the one who's been dropped. But Devin Haney's the one with the weak chin.
Luke Campbell got dropped and stopped. And it's funny because the same shot that hit Haney would drop Teofimo. It would drop Lomachenko again. It would probably put Ryan Garcia fucking to sleep. And considering how his chin is, like, yeah,
Ryan Garcia talking about he want to fight George Kambosos. George Kambosos will get all in your ass, nigga.
It's not even about who wins or loses. Ryan Garcia doesn't deserve shit. You need to go back through the rankings. The fact that he still has his like, I don't even know if he still has his interim or did JoJo Diaz take it, but he needs to work himself back
Jojo
to.
Diaz took it.
Okay, yeah, he needs to work himself back through the rankings. I don't want to hear Ryan Garcia's fucking name.
They really try to make Jojo Diaz versus Ryan Garcia fucking fighting to become a mandatory
Yeah, and it's
when
funny
either
because
or can fight the champion.
and it's funny because people try to give JoJo Diaz all this credit, and I'm like, no, you don't know, y'all don't understand. They were trying, like you just said, they were trying to make Ryan Garcia versus JoJo Diaz, and then the public pressure got to him because Eddie Hearn was trying to give JoJo Diaz a fucking out. He was like, oh, Devin Haney offered to fill in last minute for Tank, something that Devin Haney has never publicly fucking said. So JoJo Diaz was about to be like, oh well, we didn't take the fight because we thought Haney was gonna fight Tank. We didn't know what was gonna happen, so we didn't get ready. And then Haney was like, "What the fuck you talking about? I'm still focused on you, dog. It's just me and you. Don't be a bitch and sign the paperwork." Haney stayed on his fucking head on Twitter, and JoJo Diaz was like, "Shit, it didn't work.
Hey,
I got it."
Oscar De La Hoya basically fucked up. Ryan Garcia basically fucked up. What's his name? Jojo Diaz, because it's like they left him in a position where it's like, damn, nigga, now you got no choice but to fight Devin Haney because if you don't, the public gonna tear your ass up.
Yeah, because Ryan Garcia talked about he broke his hand and shit, and it's
Yeah,
like,
he broke his hand, and since he broke his hand, it's like, damn, well, JoJo, who you gonna fight now? And it's like
yeah,
JoJo, like, ah,
it's either fight,
uh,
it's either fight for a belt through a spot that you earned, or it's like fight a prospect or somebody who's garbage already. So you're gonna look like buns if you don't try to challenge for this belt. You're gonna look like a straight bit. And also, let me put something out there.
he remembers the last time he fought for a belt. against the last. No, 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 no. That wasn't the last time. That was the last time. But he
Tevin
was
Farmer
think.
was his
Yeah,
last
that was the
fucking
last
yeah.
time. He was thinking about the time he fought Gary Russell Jr.
Yeah, he think he had fucking flashbacks. He's like, oh shit, he's fast as hell. He's gonna piece me up with all kinds of shit. And he's longer than Gary Russell too.
That was the confusing ass whooping he got because he didn't know how like he was getting mixed up, dude.
Gary Russell Jr. is just too quick. What are you gonna do? It doesn't high guard, low guard, Philly shell. Gary Russell just pivot around you and piece your ass up.
Because you go in there thinking you about to cover your body, and he throw a punch like it's about to hit your head. You go up. Next, you know, he hitting you with three punches to your stomach, and you go down. Next, you know, you getting popped in your face, and then you
Yep.
gotta back out. Like, yo, what the fuck is? It's not knocking me out power, but it's like I'm getting lumped up, and it's embarrassing because I can't hit him.
And also let me put some shit out there, y'all. Javier Fortuna has never been like really shit. And I'm not saying Javier Fortuna is garbage, but Javier Fortuna's hype came from his ability to potentially beat up Devin Haney. That's it. It's the same as Benavidez hype only comes from him potentially beating
Look,
Canelo. That's it. Javier Fortuna has never held a belt in his life. He's lost every step of fight he's ever had. He's been stopped before, and he's only famous for flying out of a fucking ring. The guy has no championship credentials. They were trying to say, oh, if Devin Haney could just beat Fortuna, then he would get his respect. No, he wouldn't.
y'all hit the
Lamar,
like button. Y'all hit the like button. But this
yeah,
is what I said, man. Because people are saying, "Oh, he's such a tricky fighter." I said, "Nigga, the Javier Fortuna is full of shit. This guy rolled out the fucking ring and said, my neck, and my back." Nigga, get the fuck out of here, bro.
no. By tricky, they mean dirty.
Yes.
They mean that he headbutts, rabbit punches, overly clinches, and doesn't know how to fucking box. That's what they mean. When they say tricky, they mean dirty. And the same with Jojo Diaz. Jojo Diaz admitted at the press conference, "I hope you have a good referee because I'm gonna try to fucking cut you." And I'm
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, that's what he said." I'm like, "Oh shit!" So he's gonna be like Van Heerden versus Boots when he headbutted himself out the fight, like Warrington versus Lara too. As opposed to taking a horrible L, he's just gonna start headbutting and doing dumb shit to end the fight.
Van Herden was about to get his ass mixed the fuck up. I remember that. It was like, dude, Boots was like 5 seconds in and he was already mixing Van Herden all the way up, dude. It was gonna be bad.
He was about to stop him. It was about to be over.
He was gonna stop him in the first round.
Literally, first 30 seconds.
Yep.
Spence, I think, went 5 rounds of Van Heerden. That's where a lot of Boots hype came from because they were like, "Oh shit, Errol Spence went 5 rounds with Van Heerden. Boots was about to get him out of there in fucking 45 seconds." That's where a lot of his hype came from. But yeah, man, no, like people, I get like one thing I get tired of is people hyping up people over fighters they could potentially beat or hyping up people over a loss. I can't fucking stand that. If your best win is a loss, dude, get the fuck out of here, man. Stop talking to me about that bullshit. Like for example, Triple G, his best win ever is a fucking loss. Like shit like that, where oh they only have one notable name and they lost, so therefore they're automatically good. Like look at Rocky Fielding, Callum Smith, Caleb Plant, Billy Joe Saunders. Like all of their best wins are fucking losses now. They all fought Canelo, so now they all get respect automatically for fucking losing. Like nah, bro, just miss me with that bullshit, dude. That's what he does. That's his job. He goes over here, reports what we say, yeah, and then goes and says the opposite on another channel. He's a fucking weirdo, man.
He be learning our lingo.
Yeah, like I said, they have to hear the truth to learn to test the strength of their lies. They have to make up new lies every day to adapt to what we're saying. I've never heard L Dog's voice and I don't want to hear it. Like whenever I try to go on Chicken Chalk and fucking VV is talking or Sissy as I call him, I have to exit out. He sounds like every fucking school shooter ever, bro. I'm like you could tell a lot of these guys get their validation from boxing Twitter and they don't get respect in real life at all.
They see themselves in some of these fighters, and
It's weird.
they see the bullies when they look at fighters like Tank.
Yeah, it's creepy. I'm like, bros, because some guy lets you talk in his Twitter space. All of a sudden, you think you're some certified fucking
Because
pundit.
you know that was the angle Ryan Garcia was trying to pull when they were gonna when they were talking about making a Javante Davis versus Ryan Garcia fight, where Ryan Garcia is this good boy and Tank is just this bad guy, the representation of a bully.
Yeah, they were trying to do David and Goliath, even though Ryan Garcia is significantly bigger than Tank. Somehow Tank was Goliath. Like, just dumb shit.
Because
Just
he's
dumb
black
shit.
and he's bad and he has tattoos.
Yeah, and he's significantly stronger than Ryan Garcia. People forget that Tank came up from 126, bro. Like, and he went all the way up to 140. It's just like people are already trying to discredit Haney over fighting Jojo Diaz, who came from 130. But I'm like, do y'all realize Lomachenko came from 126 himself?
Who's really pound for pound? Because Lomachenko, what didn't they? You said Javante Davis came up from like 126, right?
Yeah,
And these guys want him to fight at 147.
they. It's not about for people like Tank, Charlo, Haney. It's not about the weight class. They just want them to lose. That's all it is. They want
Yeah,
them to be in situations where they lose. It doesn't matter what weight class, it doesn't matter what opponent, it doesn't matter what division. They just want them to lose. That is the most important thing. And most importantly, the person that beats them can't be black. That's what's most important. The person that beats them cannot be black.
that's why they'll rather get their ass kicked by a 13-1 underdog than rather get whooped by the fucking top seed.
Yep.
Just don't make no fucking sense, dude. So you telling me you willing to get your ass kicked by a 13-1 underdog in your very first title defense from beating the guy that's considered the number one pound for pound? Can you imagine if you just would have lost to Devin Haney? People would have been like, okay, well, you lost to another champion. Okay, that's not that bad. You can always come back from that. Is there a rematch clause? Oh, no rematch clause? Well, shit, just work your way back up.
And the
But
worst
no,
part,
you lost to a nigga that we did not expect. What makes it worse is when people expect you to knock this dude out because nobody knows him, and then he goes out to fucking knock you down and bloody your face up. Man, like this is a night to remember in boxing.
and the worst part is, bruh, you did it for a discount. Do you know how much more bread you could have pulled in with Haney? Like, what
On
do
the
you
same network that you lost on.
literally, literally, idiot? You did all that shucking and jiving just to come exactly where you needed to be, and you made the wrong fucking fight happen. All you've done is make Cambosos rich, nigga. That's all you did was make Cambosos rich.
Cambosos out here making a hit. Bro, what's you know what these niggas be doing? By them ducking, they're allowing fighters to make history off their name.
Literally, Cambosos could die tomorrow, and he'd have greater name recognition than anything you're gonna do in your career, Lopez.
What Nipsey Hustle say, nigga? He said I could die tomorrow. I made the set proud, nigga.
Exactly.
Fucking Cambosos could die tomorrow. He made Australia fucking proud. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Bro, they probably talking about him all day today in Australia. Yeah,
Yeah.
and the Cambosos Jr. He went to Madison Square Garden in New York and whooped the mighty Teofimo Lopez for the unified champion. Look at all those belts. Fans don't even know what the hell them belts even symbolizes, but they're like, damn, he from Australia, he did all that. Shit. You let niggas make history on your ass. Joshua too. You let niggas make history on your ass, boy.
Yeah. And it's
What
funny
going on?
because they do all this to avoid putting money in another black man's pocket,
Pocket.
which is just it's just dumb. I'm like, y'all are fucking up. Because the thing is, like, for example, when you get lean by Wilder, we expect Wilder to demolish you. We expect Haney to demolish you. You get credit for even going to the ass whooping because you absolutely know what nobody has you beating them. When you fuck around and lose to some bullshit, oh my god! And you know the worst thing about this? The worst thing about this is that all your future opponents, the fear factor is fucking gone, bro. Ain't nobody gonna be scared of you no more, Teofimo. Where the fuck are you gonna go? Lomachenko will beat your ass. Fucking you go to 140, Gary Antoine Russell, Subriel Matias, Josh Taylor, Regis Prograde. They're all gonna beat your ass, boy. You like your power's been exposed. Fucking Kambosos not only beat the shit out of you, but he took your best power shots, and he didn't go nowhere. He only got one knockdown, and he finished the fucking fight with a bloody face and an almost shut eye. The intimidation, the fear factor, that shit is gone.
It's gone.
Nobody is
It's
afraid
fucking
of you.
gone. People had that fear factor against you when they see you knock down Richard Comey, and that's probably what made fucking Lomachenko hesitant at first, because he's probably thinking to himself like, "Yo, like I wasn't expecting him to do that to Richard Comey. This guy must have some serious power."
Yeah, it's like, bro, that's why you just need to fight the best. And the thing is that while you're young, you can come back from L's, but especially if you're not ducking and you're fighting all the top people. Like that's why I said, why do you think people like Gabe Rosado, Adrian Granados, and Samuel Vargas should still get fights? Because they fought a lot of the best people when they were younger, took their L's, and people respect them for it. You out here ducking and you got beat up by a nobody.
By
Like, bro,
nobody.
by fucking like Cambosos get all the respect in the world, but the niggas he was a nobody. Like I said, I thought he lost to Lee Selby personally. He didn't throw enough punches for the first half of the fight. But yeah, no. And now like when you go fight somebody else, they're instantly gonna have the psychological advantage because they've seen you cry, they've seen you be vulnerable, they know that you're psychologically weak, they know that your power is overstated, and also did Richard Comey, did he start out at 135? Did he start out at 135? Because yeah, I know he already had two fucking losses. So and so I'm just curious, like if he started out from 135 or not, if he's a natural 135. Because Teofimo was like a natural 140, and fucking yeah, he started out at 135. Okay, whatever. But yeah, no, it's like this is not a good look, bro. This is
And
not a
dad
good
talking
look.
about my biggest mistake. The biggest mistake was having my son at 135 too long. No, nigga, your biggest mistake was not fighting Devin Haney for undisputed. Instead
Yeah.
of telling the world that bro, because that's the embarrass, bro. It's like the embarrassing part is like, dude, it's not just one thing that you did. It's an accumulation of several things that you've said, several things that you did, man. That got people looking at you all side eyed.
And the thing is that like they think 140 is gonna be some fucking safe haven. I'm like, dude, the people at 140 that are prospects that need somebody on their resume, they're fucking hyenas drooling at the mouth, looking at Teofimo like lunch, bruh. You think Gary Antoine Russell don't want a piece of that? Gary Antoine Russell will beat your fucking ass, boy. Like, bro, like Teofimo's about to be somebody's fucking lunch. Like, some prospects at 140 are looking to make their
And,
bones off of
and you
Teofimo's
know what
ass.
it is too? What I be thinking sometimes? I be feeling like some of these boxers seen Teofimo Lopez in sparring and they seen his ass get beat up and touched up on, and they be thinking to themselves like, dude, this guy's just fucking lucky he was put in a position to fight an injured Lomachenko or whatever, or he was marketed a certain way, because we have been seen this dude get whooped up on.
Well, everybody who knows boxing knows that Top Rank is a witness protection program. You go there to get built up. You get like a 15-0 or a 20-0, and then when you want to upgrade competition, you leave. That's what Top Rank has always been.
Look at
So,
Berlanga.
Blanc,
He step up his competition by a little bit and damn near almost lost. That was at that fight in Vegas.
and nah, it's just, I mean, yeah, but nah, his competition is pretty much staying the same. He's fighting C minus level people. It's just Berlanga's is not that good. It's just that simple. He's not that good. Berlanga's the type of dude to stay at Top Rank forever. Because once he leaves, he's gonna start getting killed.
He's too big for that weight class. He's a weight bully.
I agree, but much like David Benavidez, they both know if they go up in weight, they'll start getting hands put on them, like really badly.
Wait, Berlanga fight at 168, right?
Yep.
And they ain't pushing this nigga ain't no direction to where he's not even close to any of those belts.
Because what is he gonna do? Honestly, I think look, I think fucking washed ass David Lemieux probably beat up Berlanga. Keep it 100. Because I
Well,
mean, Lemieux got cracks, but shit, I think he's just boxing skill wise. He'll fucking keep the jab in his face, pivot move, go to the body. You know,
Blanca versus David Durrell.
Anthony or Andre?
I mean, yeah. I'm always saying David Durrell. Fucking the nigga who just got the uppercut, the dog.
Oh, Anthony.
Yeah.
Shit, I mean, Anthony's a skilled boxer. He'll probably know what to do with him. I mean, that's kind of a 50-50 considering Anthony's age, and he's always been flat footed, but he's old as hell. He's 37, 38 years old. But shit, I favor Durrell. Got that long jab. Clearly still got power. Putting niggas to rest with fucking wind up Mars Simpson uppercuts. But yeah, and you know what I'm interested in? David Lemieux supposed to be fighting Benavidez next. David Lemieux at 168, because David Lemieux is, he's not like a world beater, but he's got some decent power. I'm interested. I mean, I think that David Benavidez is gonna win, but shit, Lemieux might get a lucky hook off, and pull some shit off.
Hopefully Lemieux can make weight. I remember they had to take that nigga to the hospital because he down there died trying to make 160.
Yeah, yeah. He didn't. Yeah, and you know what's dumb? He tried to stay at 160 for his triple G shot, and that shit went sideways. But I'm like, bro, you could have been cleaning up 168 cleaner than fucking Canelo, because like Lemieux could have beat Callum Smith. I mean, Lemieux probably couldn't have beat Saunders because I think he already lost to him. But I mean, yeah, he already lost to him. But Lemieux could have beat fucking Callum Smith. Lemieux could have beat Fielding. Lemieux could have beat like a lot of those other British dudes up there at 168. Lemieux could have beat fucking Yildirim. So I'm like, you fucked up, bro. You should have moved up early when wasn't nobody there. Fucking Canelo was over here eating your lunch. But I'm like I said, I'm waiting on my 168 dark horse, Chris Mbili, who fights Ronald
I
Ellis.
think Canelo just straight up took David Benavidez' belt and said, "Nigga, what you gonna do?"
And like a good boy, because when the Canelo fans got on Benavidez' ass, he stayed quiet and he made sure to call Charlo, the champion at 160, a pussy, and not Canelo, the champion at 168, a pussy. Yeah, because that shit makes sense. It's funny because the same people that want Charlo to go up weight and fight fucking Benavidez are the same people that have never pushed Triple G to do anything with his career. Triple G has never had to go up and weight and do anything. Just like Lomachenko didn't have to go up and weight and do anything. He did, but they're not pushing Lomachenko to 140. They're not pushing Triple G to 168, even though he's been a single division champ his entire fucking career. Keep in mind, they already forget that Andrade and Charlo are two division champions, something that they claim matters. But Triple G don't got to do nothing. He's already a goat. All right, bro. Again, he's a goat because he lost to Canelo. Great. He's automatically a goat. Just too much cap in the game right now. Too much cap. How does I mean maybe L Dog is different on YouTube. How does L Dog like be having like legitimate friends? Like I mean I say that knowing that boxing is racist as hell, but I'm just like, damn, that dude's a weirdo. Like we'll be randomly talking boxing, he'll just post statistics about the black community. I'm like, why do you give a fuck about any of that? Like, why can't you make your points without referencing black people? Fuck man. But Teofimo getting beat up is good for boxing. But Haney versus Kambosos, because it makes too much sense, it's too good of a fight, and it puts Haney in a good position to win, it's not going to happen next. Guarantee it.
I hear that, but shit, I gotta wrap up this live. I gotta get up out of here. Um, shit, we gonna catch up and do a real Devin Haney versus JoJo fight week prediction
Okay,
here
for sure.
pretty soon.
All right. Well,
Uh,
thanks for having me on. Y'all have a good one.
yep, y'all stay up.